Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the second edition of 2026 Astros Network, your number one home for everything short recapped of the Houston Astros 2026 season. You missed a series of Astros baseball, come here. I will have the entire series recapped for you only a day or two after it happens. The Houston Astros just swept the Boston Red Sox in a 3-game series where they outscored them by over 20 runs. An absolute masterpiece beatdown by your Houston Astros. They are now on a 5-game win streak, a 5-game win streak to start their 2026 MLB season. You don't want to overreact about the wins and the losses this early on, but dang, 5 straight wins to open up the season sure feels good, especially after dropping the first to the Angels to start the season. Coming in against the Boston Red Sox and sweeping them at home at Minute Park feels so good. And you know what else feels so good? Lance McCullers. 7 innings pitched, 9 strikeouts, made his longest start since 2022. Okay, the first 18 batters Lance McCullers Jr. saw, he had 18 come up and he had 18 sit down. He allowed 2 hits in those first 18 batters, both to Wilyer Abreu, but he was then grounded out into double play by the preceding batter. So 18 up, 18 down to start the game for LMJ. You haven't seen those numbers since, 2017 when he threw 27 straight curveballs in the ALCS and then went on to get a pinch hit or a hit single in the World Series. Like, where did this LMJ come from? It was the first City Connect Monday of 2026, and Lance, rocking that Astros jersey, just came out and pimped against the Red Sox. Like I said, 7 innings pitched, only allowed 1 earned run, struck out 9, allowed 1 walk. Jordan also had a huge game. He went 2 for 5 with a home run and 2 RBIs in the process. Jordan healthy is the next coming of Barry Bonds. When he is healthy, Jordan Alvarez is probably the best hitter in baseball. I don't care. I will take a healthy Jordan Alvarez over Aaron Judge, Ohtani, Acuna. I don't care who else. Jordan, just the way he swings, every time he takes the bat off his shoulders and starts it in motion, I flinch because I think it could be a home run. Like, this dude crushes baseballs unlike anything else I've ever seen in my life. And you know who else crushes baseballs? Bryce Matthews. Matthews got a center cutter, I believe, left over the plate. Also, it was Ranger Suarez, the former Philly who came over to Boston in the offseason and allowed multiple runs. The Astros played at 8 in the first game. They won 8-1. I hadn't mentioned that yet. Got too busy talking about Lance McCullers. But Jordan bombed, and back to what I was saying was Bryce Matthews. Dude got a center cutter, middle of the plate, and knocked it to the home run pump in straightaway center field. I didn't know this kid could hit the ball that far. I don't think half his clubhouse knew he could hit the ball that far. 434 feet, 28-degree launch angles, came off the bat at 111.1 miles an hour. Like, this dude is begging to be put in the starting lineup. He will be an everyday outfielder by the middle of the season if we don't go out and we get a renowned left fielder. At this point, I don't think we have to. These continuous key platoon players for the Astros are coming in, starting off so hot. Loper Fido, Myers isn't doing too bad. Cam Smith homered this series. He's not doing too bad. And Bryce Matthews, his first season in center field or in outfield in general, came over from Sugar Land playing second base. And that's the thing with Cam Smith too. He didn't play an inning of outfield when he was at Florida State and didn't do anything with Chicago before we traded for him. And now he's our starting right fielder. So these young cores for the Astros, and even the older core is doing pretty damn good. Jose Altuve, another career 2-home run game on the Monday night game against the Boston Red Sox. 2 home runs, 383 and 368. So both line drives right in the Crawford boxes. Had another 4-hit performance. Has yet to get a 5-hit performance, but I think we could possibly see that coming later in the season. Altuve, LMJ, Bryce Matthews, Jordan Alvarez pimped it out on Monday. MLB named Lance McCullers Jr. the player of the game for the first game. And, how do you want to follow that up? With another win. The Astros beat the Red Sox in the second game 9-2. Hunter Brown started against Brian Bayo, and when Hunter Brown's on the bump, if he has any sort of run support, he's going to come out there, he's going to shove, and the Astros are going to win. Hunter Brown dealt 6 innings, only allowing 1 earned run in the process, struck out 8 and allowed 2 walks. That is my king. We share the same name. Diesel is a much better nickname than I've ever had, but Hunter Brown on fire. Also, Jordan, another home run. 2 for 3 with a home run and a double. Got walked, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs. I can't say it enough. Jordan healthy, scariest hitter in the planet of baseball or the planet of the world, whatever you want to call it. I'm losing my words because of how damn good Jordan Alvarez is. This kid can hit, and the Astros need to hand him a blank check and say, you're Astro for life. Obviously, we have him for quite a few amount of years. He's not going anywhere. We only extended him a few seasons ago. Just to think that he was a trade from the Dodgers and back in 2016 for someone that I can't even tell you who it was, like highway robbery. So glad we got this kid. I would not want Jordan hitting against us in any situation. Correa also had a good game in Game 2, doubled, walked, had 2 RBIs in that one. Christian Walker continues to swing the bat well. When Christian Walker is hot, the Astros are hot. Okay, it's so good that the 35, 36-year-old first baseman who we're paying $20 million a year to is coming out here. No home runs for him on this season so far, but nonetheless, still coming out raking consistently. Good swings. He's working pitches. He's not chasing. He's being able to catch up to the fastball, which he struggled with a lot in previous seasons, but now he's coming out. He's everyday first baseman. He's one of 2 players, I believe, that have played in every single game through the 7-game stretch the Astros have had. I'm recording this on April 2nd, which is a Thursday. The Astros are traveling to Sacramento today. They will start a series against the Oakland or Sacramento A's tomorrow, so I will have a recap for you. And hopefully, the A's have always been the Astros kryptonite. It doesn't matter how good we are or how bad they are, they always find a way to top us. Death, taxes, and the Astros getting swept by the A's in the middle of the season. Granted, it's not the middle of the season, and I don't want the Astros to get swept by the A's. Even if we go on, we win 10 straight after that. The Astros currently sit alone in first place for the AL West for the earliest since, 2022. We haven't started this hot in 4 years. I think we do have the best starts to a season since 2022. And if you forgot what happened, here, I'll stand up for you. Here's a little World Series 2022 action for you. I had to throw this shirt on to record this episode today because that's what's going to happen this year. Plan the parade tomorrow. Start getting the rings ready right now because the Astros are coming for ring number 3 in the last 9 years, okay? 4 World Series appearances since 17, 2 rings. We are going back to the chip. The Astros are going back to the chip if we keep playing like this. Obviously, you don't want to overreact off of the 2 losses to the Angels in the first 2 games, and you don't really want to overreact to the next 5 wins, but dang, it feels good to win 5 in a row this season, especially because the Astros, the last few seasons, are notoriously slow to get things going. They take forever with it. The last 2 years, 0-6, and then another rough, shaky start after that. We need to keep first place and not look back. Obviously, it's a long season. We've played 7 out of 162 games. Haven't even played 10 games yet. It's going to be a long season, but you would rather be saying it's a long season in a good way than it's going to be a long season it's a bad way. Back to the game. Cam Smith did homer in this one, 346 degrees or 346 feet the opposite way. Just got over the right field wall in Minute Maid Park. Ceddanne Rafaela did homer. He cut the lead from 9-1 to 9-2. So huge home run there by the Red Sox. The bullpen did look a little better this series than they did against the Angels. Bolton came in, pitched 3 innings, got the save. So good for him. Only allowed 1 earned run in the 3 innings he pitched after Hunter Brown pitched 6 innings of 1 earned run baseball. And then to go back to the first game, we'll look at the bullpen. It was just Ryan Weiss who came in the last 2 innings, and he didn't allow anything. Struck out 3 in 2 innings. So the bullpen really held it down. We have a fully rested bullpen because of 2 very good starts to start the series against the Red Sox, and then a travel day, which is today. So the Astros love that. And then going into the third game, the Astros topped the Red Sox 6-4. It was a Mike Burrows versus Garrett Crochet day. Garrett Crochet being the runner-up for Cy Young only a year ago, when obviously the winner ended up in 3rd place. Hunter Brown should have won the Cy Young. Obviously, you can't really argue Scooble, but Garrett Crochet, Hunter Brown at least should have gotten number 2. So Hunter Brown finished 3rd. Garrett Crochet, runner-up, started against the Astros in Game 2. Mike Burrows fared a lot better in Game 2 of the Boston Red Sox series than in Game 2 of the LA Angels series. He went 5 innings, allowed 5 hits, 2 earned runs, allowed 3 walks, and struck out 6. Striking out half of those by way of his curveball. Did look a little bit more comfortable. And again, in his first start, he was getting a little knocked around. But a lot of the hits, if you look in the hits he gave up in the second game of the season, they're just real soft hits. Not even 100 miles an hour off the bat, not even 90 miles an hour. If you look at the expected batting average of the hits he was giving up in his first start against the Angels last week, it was, the batting averages were below 300 of expecting batting average. Just got unlucky, got a little bit more lucky or a little bit more, fortunate this time around. Did give up some runs in the first and second, but kind of dialed in back to his groove since then. The Red Sox scored in the first and the second and didn't play another to the 8th and 9th. Astros played a 2 in the first by way of a Paredes double and a Walker single. So those 2 corner infielders coming in clutch. Okay, the 2 most consistent hitters we're really going to need to be consistent this season are doing just that to start the game. Also, in case you missed it, Carlos Correa hit his first home run in Minute Maid Park since 2021. Yeah, we had him for the back half of last year. Didn't homer at Minute Maid Park last year. Daikin Park, Minute Maid Park, whatever you want to call it. I call it Minute Maid. Didn't homer at Minute Maid last year, even though we had traded for him in the back half. So this is his first home run since he left back in 2022. It was like late 2021 whenever he homered. I just looked it up. I forgot what the date was. But it was a 402-foot bomb on the train tracks, and that's how you know Carlos Correa was back. You know who else is back? Christian Vasquez, my favorite short stint Astro of all time, caught the Sunday game with Mike Burrows on the bump. Or not Sunday game, the last game. It was in the middle of the day. That's just, I assume, Sunday games. The third game, Christian Vasquez caught with Burrows on the bump, and Christian Vasquez came in, bomb into the Crawford boxes. My GOAT is so astronomically back. That was only a 379-foot home run, but still gave the Astros a 6-2 lead in that part of the 7th inning. So welcome back, Christian Vasquez. I don't know if anybody else missed you. I missed you. I'm so glad you're back. And he's wearing number 2. What happened to the last number 2 we had in Houston? We don't talk about him anymore. A little bit of bullpen struggles in this one. Blue ball, Brian Keane came in, looked very good. Kai Wang Tang came in, gave up a home run. And then Brian Abreu came in, and what's the first thing he does is give up a pinch hit home run to Roman Anthony. So still not, as locked down as we would like to see Brian Abreu this early on, but he did come in and he struck out the next 3 batters. So take it with a grain of salt. I think he's locking back in. I know he did have some meetings with the managerial coaches post Angel series after he gave up some, rougher outings. But it seems he has dialed back in, and the Astros have dialed back in. They're so back. Hang the pennant. It was a great series. Get your brooms out, because we just swept the Boston Red Sox back to Boston. We don't want to hear it. The Astros will head in to Sacramento to play the Athletics of Sacramento, the futurely Las Vegas Athletics, and after that they will travel to Colorado to play the Rockies, and then to Seattle in a 4-game series to play the Mariners before coming back home. So the A's and the Mariners series will be very, very huge for an early statement. If they can go in and beat the Mariners, or even just, it's a 4-game series, so taking 2 out of the 4 will be considered a win if you're the Astros, because you're the underdogs, you're the number 2 projected team in your own division. Going in, and at least I would love to win 3. At least winning 2 is the bare minimum. Astros need to take 2. That will take place starting April 10th through the 13th, so that weekend will be that series. But as of right now, shows are focused on the Angels or the Athletics Friday, Saturday, and then Easter Sunday. So that's going to do it for this version of Astros Network, your number 1 home for Astros Quick Recaps. I will have another recap for you, hopefully Monday the 6th, after the Astros hopefully sweep the Angels, and I will talk to you then. Thank you for listening.